as a Cleveland sports fan, it's been a rough weekend.
Sure has.
Oh, yeah. That ALCS between the Indians, the Guardians, and the Yankees had its ups and downs. It was a real roller coaster. It was exciting. It was only a 5-game series out of 7. It's sometimes called the gentleman's sweep. But, the Guardians, the Indians, they were right in it in all of those games. And, especially in games 1 and 2, you think about there were some things that they did that really kicked themselves in the foot, So you think game 1, of the walks and the wild pitches that allowed the Yankees to score runs without the Yankees ever swinging the bat. Game 2, some errors in the field that gave the Yankees some runs. Game 3, of course, was the peak, as the Indians, the Guardians were down 5-3 in the 9th inning. After being up 3-1 in that game, they were down 5-3, and John Kensey Noel, affectionately known as Big Christmas, hits that missile of a home run in the 9th to make it a tie game, and then David Fry in the bottom of the 10th hits the 2-run home run for a big walk-off win. And then game 4, they were down 6-2. They make this big comeback, tied up 6-6, and then lose right there at the end of the game. And then game 5, same thing, had a 2-0 lead, and they pitched, for whatever reason, to Giancarlo Stanton, who hit a 2-run home run to tie it, and then Juan Soto with that disgraceful home run in the I think it was the 10th or the 11th inning, to give the Yankees a lead in extra innings.
It was an exciting series to watch, though, because 2 of them went into extra innings, and it was entertaining baseball, I would say, because it was either one could win.
That's right. I mean, like I said, these games, all of them, could have gone either way. I mean, they were in them in all of these games. It's not like it was a lopsided loss in any of them. Now, for the Indians, the Guardians, a couple things, reason for hope. They're the youngest team in baseball.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's something to look forward to. You got to keep your key players together. And the frustration, of course, if you were to take the Yankees' payroll, it would be more than the 2 teams they have played in the American League playoffs, the Indians, Guardians, and the Royals. You combine those 2 payrolls, it's still less than the Yankees' payroll. So now we have a World Series between the Yankees and the Dodgers, and Major League Baseball loves it because they are just licking their chops, thinking about all the money they're going to make.
New York and
2
LA,
biggest markets for baseball. And everyone else in the rest of the country is turning off the TV.
Yeah. It's like the WNBA playoffs. Hey, here's the thing. Father, you have to say, you hate to look at and always say next year, but to your point, Guardians next year really could be doing something. I mean, that's a lot of heart to have one of the lowest payrolls in baseball and get as far as they got.
Plus, nobody expected them to make it this far.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, they were expected, I think, at best to be the 3rd team in the AL Central. Some even would have said 4th. So things look bright, but of course, you know how baseball is. You got to take advantage of opportunities when you have them too. But all in all, a good season. And I think if you're a Cleveland baseball fan, you got to be pretty happy with the season.
Yeah, and you have to look at the Guardians' payroll versus Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson makes more than the whole team. And that hasn't worked out very well for the Browns from what I understand.
No. If you watch the Browns game this weekend, another loss, no surprise there. I mean, the good news, let's start with the good news for the Browns, the return of Nick Chubb. And I didn't see his final numbers, but he scored a touchdown in that game. And for someone who experienced that gruesome injury last season against Pittsburgh, where you could have looked and said his career is over, here he is back on the field, scoring a touchdown. And, of course, for a Cleveland fan, that warms their heart. Now, of course, Deshaun Watson, the highly paid quarterback for the Browns, went down with an Achilles tendon rupture. And he is done for the season, obviously. And, there's a speculation, will we ever see him in a Browns uniform again? I mean, that's a tough injury, and yes, Aaron Rodgers came back up from it from last year, but so what's been a dismal season for the Browns already this year becomes that much more dismal, and who knows what the rest of the season's going to look like, but I think most Browns are turning the TV off.
Looking west real quickly, the Lions are looking good.
Looking great.
Great win with a field goal.
Maybe a Super Bowl contender.
Gotta love it. Thank you, Father Matt.
And God bless.